Hi, my name is Angela Gunas. I live in California and I'm doing a research project on stress. I'm 14 years old. I'm in 8th grade and I'm in Miss Hernandez's 8th grade language arts class. The reason why I'm doing this project on stress is because I want to educate others, including myself and teens, what can stress lead you to and what disastrous things people don't know what it could do. First of all, I would like to share 5 IQs, but this time I'll only share one. And one of the IQs are IQ number 3. What are some teenage problems that have to do with stress? First of all, sex is the major thing that leads to teenage pregnancy. Sex, it actually makes you have mental disorders during teenage period times. It causes them to react differently, not normally, and unusual specimens. And they ask different questions like, who should I do it with, when will I do it with, or how do I do it? And when they don't perform it correctly, they actually perform teenage pregnancy. And what that does is that leads women out there, teenagers, how they could have to end up in depression, frustration, and they have to decide different difficult decisions. When she is pregnant, during pregnancy, and wants to get rid of the child, she performs abortion. That's when the doctors they have to give a shot or vacuum the egg out of her system, or they call an infertile. An infertile is very different than abortion. It's when they don't want to have children before they have sex, and what that causes is that causes a doctor to take out the female's ovaries where they have the eggs in there in order for them to reproduce children. In other words, they won't have any more children for the rest of their lives. Or they could call for an adoption because they feel like they are irresponsible parents and too young for their child. This also has to do majorly around school, high school. There was a case where a young teenage girl was so severely bullied she committed suicide. Her aunt claims that every time she comes home, she always complains and always is scared to go back to her high school. And she couldn't take that much pressure anymore. She just decided to commit suicide. And what that does is that every time there's severe bullies around this type of situation, the more and more increases there will be on teenage suicide. And that also has to involve with communication with parents. If you're really distant from your parents, teens, you try to get along with them or you try to get away from them. What that does is that causes you to get into gangs, try to commit suicide with your friends, or go to drop out from high school, or perform drug abuses many times. And you need to communicate with your parents in order for you to understand more things well, more maturity. And what that does is that decreases a lot of teenage problems around this time of year. And parents out there, if you're watching this video, you have to try to get connected with your son or daughter. You do not want them to have situations ending up like this. It will be too terrible and tragic. And also, teens, I believe that teens, all they want is for someone who supports them, someone who understands them, someone who could educate them more about life, be about their conscience. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned so much a lot. Thank you, and help decrease a lot of teen problems. Goodbye.